I wasn't invited to my cousin's wedding because my disability made them uncomfortable. They said I'd draw attention. So I did, just not the kind they expected. Okay, so this is one of those stories that still makes my heart race just thinking about it. I don't even know how to start because the level of casual cruelty in this whole situation still blows my mind. Anyway, so I have a disability. I was born with cerebral palsy and it affects my mobility. Mostly, my gait's a little off. I use a cane when I walk longer distances and sometimes I need breaks if I've been standing too long. I don't use a wheelchair and I'm fully independent. Like I work full-time, live alone, drive, travel, cook. My friends say I'm one of the most capable people they know, but apparently that's still too much for some people. Specifically, my cousin Alana and her picture-perfect fiancé Mason. Now Alana and I used to be close. Like, sleepovers every weekend, matching scrunchies, fighting over who gets to be Sporty Spice close. Our moms are sisters, and they raised us more like sisters than cousins. We grew up in the same neighborhood, went to the same schools, even had that weird pact when we were 8 that we'd be each other's maids of honor. But somewhere along the way, things started shifting. It wasn't one big falling out, it was more like a slow ghosting. Once she got into her influencer phase, like ring lights, Instagram collabs, the whole aesthetic girl era, I just didn't fit her vibe anymore. She never said that out loud, obviously. But you know when someone just kinda makes you feel inconvenient? That's how it started feeling with Alana. Still, when she got engaged last year, I was genuinely happy for her. Like, yeah, we weren't as close as we used to be, but we were still family. And I thought maybe the wedding stuff would bring us back together. Maybe I'd get to show up for her in a big way. Maybe I'd get to be part of the memories. Spoiler, I didn't. So fast forward to 3 months before her wedding. I hadn't received a save the date, but I didn't panic. Maybe she was doing digital invites or something. I even joked about it with my mom like, watch me not even be invited, and she laughed it off. Don't be dramatic, she said. Of course you're invited. Yeah, well, that same week I ran into Alana at a family brunch, one of those everyone bring a casserole kind of Sunday things. And I swear, the vibe was weird from the second I walked in. She hugged me, but it felt stiff. Her fiancé Mason barely acknowledged me, and he kept glancing at my cane like it was, I don't know, a fashion crime or something. The whole meal, they were whispering with Mason's mom and future in-laws about seating charts, catering, what kind of playlist they wanted for the reception. And I was just sitting there, smiling, laughing, pretending not to notice. Until Alana pulled me aside. She had this faux sweet tone like, hey, can I talk to you for a sec? We stepped into the hallway, and she looked uncomfortable, like someone who didn't want to be the villain but also didn't want to let go of the spotlight. And then she said it. So, I wanted to talk to you about the wedding. I smiled like, yeah. She hesitated. And then, we're keeping it really small. Like super intimate, just immediate family and the bridal party. Nothing personal, I promise, I just didn't want it to be a whole thing, you know? I blinked. Wait, so I'm not invited? She looked at her shoes. It's not that you're not invited, it's just I don't want you to feel like you have to come if it's gonna be stressful or uncomfortable for you. Bro, I almost choked. I was like, why would it be stressful for me? She gave this half shrug. You know, with all the walking, the terrain at the venue isn't super flat. I just don't want you to feel out of place or like everyone's staring or whatever. I wanted to scream. I said, so it's not actually about me being uncomfortable. It's about you being uncomfortable with me being there. And she had the nerve to say, don't make this a thing. You always make things a thing. I was stunned. Like I had literally been disinvited from a family wedding because my very existence was too attention-drawing. And she finished it with this gem. You know I love you. You're just a lot sometimes. I left without saying another word. I just drove home in silence, parked my car in my driveway, and sat there staring at the steering wheel like, did that really just happen? My mom tried to justify it later. Maybe she thought she was protecting you. My aunt called me dramatic when I didn't show up to the bridal shower. Alana's under so much pressure, she said. Couldn't fit what happens next in this short video. Full stories down below.